Breastfeeding creates a strong emotional bond between the mother and child. It also protects the child from disease. They are less likely to get juvenile diabetes, heart disease, and multiple sclerosis. Breast milk has more antibodies and proteins than formula milks can give. Benefits the mother gets from breastfeeding. The mother usually recovers faster from childbirth. The hormone released during breastfeeding acts to return the uterus to its normal size. It also reduces the risk of breast and ovarian cancer that can show up later in life. It also delays the mother's menstrual cycle. The Church's teaching on breastfeeding is that it can create a natural bond of love and security. It can enable the child to assert its presence through interaction with its mother. Surveys show 2/3 of mothers still breastfeed. The decline is traced to social factors such as urbanization and in the increasing demands placed on the woman, to healthcare policies and practices, and to marketing strategies for alternate forms of nourishment, such as formula. The government is supposed to set laws so employment places have to let mothers have time to breastfeed their child. So much is expected of mothers in work that in some societies there is no time available to breastfeed. Breastfeeding cannot be substituted by any kind of formula. John Paul II wrote in his encyclical Evangelium Vitae about the family life, quote, "A family policy must be the basis and driving force of all social policies. It is also necessary to rethink labor, urban, residential, and social service policies so as to harmonize working schedules with time available for the family, so that it becomes effectively possible to take care of children and the elderly." End quote. Society has become less family-orientated, so we need to get back to being more family-orientated. Kansas laws on breastfeeding. A mother should be supported and encouraged to the greatest extent possible that a mother may breastfeed at any place. President Obama has recently signed the Patient Project and Affordable Care Act. It requires employers to provide reasonable break time for an employee to express breast milk. Kansas laws agree with the Church's teachings on breastfeeding. Kansas is included in the following states. 45 states allow women to breastfeed in any public or private location. 28 states exempt breastfeeding from public indecency laws. 24 states have laws related to breastfeeding in the workplace. 12 states exempt breastfeeding mothers from jury duty. Society and breastfeeding. Mothers now have jobs unlike back in the 1900s, where most moms stayed at home. Since there is more demand on the mother at a job, formula is seen as an easier way to feed the child. But even with that, it seems breastfeeding is more socially acceptable now than it was in the past. I feel we are more lax on modesty and have realized it is a more natural process than it is to feed a child formula. The child is the poorest of the poor because they are innocent and defenseless, forced to depend upon someone else, and their lives are fully in another's hand. Doing research on breastfeeding has opened my eyes on all the benefit it gives both to the mother and child.